Yes, we're here now to talk about what's going on in our mind, in my mind, in your mind, especially when we know that something is bad for us, but then we still go ahead and do it. Welcome to Mind, Body and Soul on 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Constance Mega. So the mind, the human mind. Well, psychologists who have taken out time to study the concept of the human mind, trying to understand this thing called the human mind. How does it work? What is it about? So they came up with this, and they say that the human mind is often understood as a faculty that manifests itself in a mental phenomena like sensation, perception, thinking, reasoning, memory, belief, desire, emotion, and motivation. The human mind. The mind that thinks our thoughts. The mind that controls what we accept, what we reject, what we brave, and what we fear. The human mind. So, I went through an article where someone wrote why people do what they do, even though they know it's bad. And then I discovered that sometimes when people venture into bad habits, sometimes when we hear bad habits, I'm sure because today I already said we'll be discussing the health implication of smoking, right? And then you tell me why people smoke. Someone might be thinking, bad habits, smoking is bad habits. That's the one. And then there are some other things that are in your mind right now as a bad habit. But something as simple as watching a movie could be a bad habit. Even watching sports. Now that I said movie, some people might be thinking, yes, those ladies like to watch all those their Indian film. All right. Even watching sports, it could be a bad habit. You binge watching. You can't let go. You can't be useful again. That's all you spend your energy doing. Not because it's your job to watch. No, not because it's your job to watch. You're not an analyst. But you just find yourself doing that thing, whether consciously or unconsciously, every time. All right, so back to why people do what they do even though they know it's bad for them. All right. Now, this psychologist said that sometimes the experiences we have, childhood experiences, adulthood experiences that we have in our life can get us into that space where we embrace a bad habit. For instance, the legendary singer Prince, right? That's his name. I think he had a hip issue, hip injury. Yeah, he had that problem. And then, of course, when someone has that kind of pain, you go to the hospital. They after the diagnosis, they would prescribe medication. And then he started using and overusing the synthetic opioid painkiller, fentanyl. And then it got to the point that it killed him. And now this is someone that committed to healthy living. So he knew that taking this is going to kill me. But he went ahead. So that was an experience as an adult, an experience. There was pain. And he got drugs to treat the pain, but he decided to overdo it. So childhood experiences as well can trigger a human being to begin to engage in behaviors that they know are harmful to them. It could be sexual abuse as a child. It could be that you were bullied in school. It could be neglect by a parent or by your family. Something as simple as that can actually trigger that. So when we were in school, because I know that this thing, I was taught that in school. Yeah, haven't studied health education. So why do people smoke? And then number one, you see peer pressure. Right? We have all those conversations. But usually when you meet someone who is actually smoking, they will not tell you it's peer pressure that drove them into smoking. Because sometimes people like to own what they're doing, their behavior, their more like something they like. They don't want to attribute it to another person. So if you are someone who smokes, whether you're smoking cigarettes, smoking shisha, smoking cow dung, or any animal dung, smoking whatever it is, why do you do that? I believe that you know. I believe that you have heard of the health implications of these things. I believe that you know. But why? So if you smoke, tell me, why do you keep smoking? Why are you still smoking? And I'm not saying this from that place of judging you. No, this is not a conversation to judge anybody. It's just so that we know why. Have you even thought about it? Why do I smoke? Even though, if you get a pack of cigarettes, if you smoke cigarettes, you would see that smokers are liable to die young. If you go on the internet to find out the health implications of smoking, what you smoke, there are so many of them. Cancer is one of them. Heart disease, stroke, lung diseases, diabetes, so many of them, tuberculosis, you name it. They are there. So why do people smoke? 070-0923-0923. 070-0923-0923. Remember I said, in case you are a smoker yourself, you can actually call in. All right? Call in anonymously and let us know why you smoke. You can also send me a message. I don't need your name. You can give me initials or you can leave out your name, but talk to me. Let's hear from you. 0809-030-6416 for your messages. You can send a message via WhatsApp or you can send an SMS. Why do people smoke? We'll also look at how to stop or how to help people who are smokers quit smoking. All right? Hello?
Yeah.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Okay. For me, I don't smoke, but I take coffee. I take Nescafe coffee, and the reason why I really want to stop it because I see myself taking excess.
Explain excess.
I like doing.
Hold on. Explain excess. What's happening? Hello.
Hear me.
Your line is still breaking.
Morning.
Your line is breaking, actually. You say you take coffee in excess. So I want to know. Oh, my goodness me. All right, please do well to call back. I want you to explain what you mean by excess. What is excess? You know it's excess, but what really is excess? You take one sachet, or 1 spoon of the coffee and 3 spoons of milk. Explain excess. Or you like your coffee black, no sugar, no milk. Talk to me. Explain it. All right, Joe from Rumo or Lumeni. The WhatsApp number is actually for you to send a message, all right? Do not call the WhatsApp number. It's for text messages. Is for messages, basically. So send a message, all right? So that number, 0809 030 6416. You can also head onto Facebook and drop a comment there. You can say it's somebody else. It's not you. It's okay. My friend that I spoke with said he smokes because it doesn't matter. Just let us know why. All right? Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Is cold catching you or are you catching cold? Who is catching who?
Feeling cold, actually.
Okay, there is a catching. All right, you're welcome. So talk to me. Why do you think people smoke?
Yeah, I do have a friend. Who smokes. And whenever he smokes, you see him, maybe he's in a situation whereby he's very angry and he's trying to calm himself. Like, he does not smoke regularly, but whenever he's angry, that is when you see him with his cigarette. He'll just go by the corner and smoke. And afterwards, you see him smile again. He'll tell you he has calmed his nerves and all that. So,
interesting.
That is that.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. So for him, it's more like a coping mechanism. It's his go-to. It's his therapist. He's angry. Rather than break the television, he goes to smoke. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome on board.
I want to remain anonymous.
All right, very quickly, talk to us.
Number one cause is depression. Then, number two, corrupt mind. Then what is corrupt mind? A mind that is always full of evil things, to harm, to kill and to destroy. Depression and corrupt mind, they are the qualities that do push people into smoking.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Anonymous. All right, we have commercials coming right up, and I'll be right back. Tell me why you think people smoke. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back now. And we're talking about our health and looking at the human mind. Looking at what makes us do what we know is bad for us, even continuously. We don't stop. You know this is bad, but then you keep doing it. And our focus is on smoking. So for some people, smoking, they smoke because it helps to calm their nerves, or they believe it helps to calm their nerves. That's what some people believe. So if you are a smoker, why do you smoke? Are you smoking because you want to show that you are there's this word that they use. If you don't know what's up, okay, yeah. To show that you know what's up. That you're not an ordinary person. You're not a Jew guy. Ladies also smoke. Yeah, I see them. Why do you smoke? I hear them say they smoke shisha and not cigarette and not weed and not dong, whether cow dong or goat dong or lizard dong. They say no. I like the flavor from shisha. That's why I smoke it. Is that the only reason why? But have you heard of the health implication? All right, so get on Facebook and talk to us. Why do you think people smoke? Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, that's our Facebook page. So, I'm looking at what the CDC put out there. That's the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And they say, it's a data though, that studies of tobacco-based shisha and herbal shisha show that smoke from both preparations contain carbon monoxide and other toxic agents known to increase the risks for smoking-related cancers, heart disease, and lung disease. Are you aware? Have you heard this? Have you read about this before? So some people feel that shisha is better than the cigarette or the weed. I've even heard someone say, oh, weed, I don't like the smell. It smells really, ugh. But shisha, you know, it has this flavor. Yeah, there's just something about the way they describe it. And I'm sure the description is enough to drive some people into also wanting to check it out. Oh, okay. Flavor, you say? Let's try it out. Now, there are even questions. Is shisha more harmful than smoking? I think it was a Procode doctor who took out time on his social media handle to even explain that this one is not better. It's as harmful as, if not more harmful than the cigarette smoking. So why do you think people smoke, even though they know that smoking is bad for them? And the crazy thing about that thing, especially cigarettes, is the fact that everyone knows smokers are liable to die young. Perhaps the fact that you've seen your father outlive his peers and the man has been smoking, maybe that has spurred you into smoking. Let's hear from you. 070-0923-0923. Hello.
Hello, Constant.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. Yeah. Actually, I'm calling from Port Harcourt. I'm your regular customer.
Customer.
Yes, a regular
Okay.
customer at the studio.
All
A regular caller.
All right. Welcome. Regular caller.
Yeah. Thank you. Constant, the topic you are discussing is I think it's enlightening, it's educative, and I thank you so much. Because at the end of the day, after this discussion, many people are going to reduce. I mean, they are going to start quitting gradually and gradually. There is something about smoking. Those who are addicted smokers, it's not something to just fight yourself over it. Okay, if you really determine to quit, definitely you will quit.
Are you speaking
But
from experience?
If you tell yourself, I'm going to quit smoking today, and it's going to be today, it is a lie. Those who are addicted smoker cannot quit in a moment. It takes a gradual moment. It's a gradual thing. But
So
definitely
back to my question, are you speaking from experience?
Actually, I'm not speaking from experience, but I have those around me who have break from it, and I'm speaking from what I observe from them and how they break from it. Okay. But there's another serious thing I want to talk about smokers. You know, smokers, there is something about it. They don't only harm themselves, they harm those around them. Like, let's take example of a woman that has a husband. If a woman that has a husband or a man that has a wife smokes, the partner will definitely be affected. The person will be affected in the sense that the person's lungs will be affected, that the person will definitely develop cancer a period of time. A husband is smoking and the wife is inhaling the smoke that comes out. No matter how little it is, immediately enters the person, it affects the partner. Then what about children? Let's assume that the father is smoking and the person has children. There is a research I made confirms that a parents who smoke close to their children, or even if their children, but you are smoking and you have family, definitely it will affect the children in the sense that they will develop pneumonia. They will even develop a kind of a cold pneumonia, and it will affect their learning ability. There is a research find that those who has parents who has children, as in parents that smoke that have children, they are a kind of slow in making educational progress in the class. It slows their mental capacity.
All right,
so
thank you for calling.
A lot of defects.
All right, thank you very much for calling. So back to what we're discussing. Why do people smoke? All right. And the part where he was saying pneumonia and cold. Please, pneumonia is not cold though. I had some medical experts, some doctors in the studio the other day, and we were discussing pneumonia. And they said pneumonia is not cold. It's actually a bacteria. All right? So that you don't think, it rained today, make pneumonia no enter my body. Okay. Yeah, because someone might feel like, I beg you, make pneumonia no enter my body, ma go smoke, make my body warm up. Pneumonia is not cold. Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Miracle.
All right, Miracle. Miracle, do you want to tell me why people smoke? All right, I saw that coming though. Atochi or Honda on Facebook says, for me, I don't see any benefits which people derive from smoking because clearly it has only disadvantages and no merit. Oh well. You don't see why? Uziekachi Ogechi says, I have smoked marijuana for over 10 years now. I smoke for relaxation of mind and awakening of soul. I become too peaceful and loving whenever I smoke a joint. Interesting stuff. So it's the feeling that you get from smoking marijuana. That's why you continue to smoke marijuana. And then Wa Iho Dimeze says some people smoke for fun. Yeah, some people actually do. Just for fun. Hello.
Hello.
You're welcome. What's your name?
My name is John from River State.
All right. You have to help me turn off your radio set.
Okay. I've done that.
Okay, go on.
The reason why people smoke is this. Some smoke through friends. Some smoke from the school. Because of this, they become addicted to it. And it becomes problem to them and they cannot stop it. So that is that.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. So peer pressure. Not that they forced you, but you feel like if everybody's doing it and I'm not doing it, they will think. Yeah, that reminds me. I had a conversation with a young man who said, the day we were talking, he said something about feeling sick. And then I tried to find out, why are you sick? What's wrong? Is it malaria? Is it this? And then he says, no, I caused my sickness. And then I'm like, okay, so how did you cause your sickness? There were bottles of alcohol, and it was going to look weird if I decided to take malt or any other soft drink. So I went with the alcohol. And then I just took a few sips and I've been vomiting. I'm like, oh, wow, interesting. So your friends sat down there. Nobody put it to you that you must drink alcohol with them, but you put it to yourself that they might be putting it to you in their mind, or they might put it to you if you don't do it, or they might feel somehow if you don't drink the same thing they are drinking. You know you don't drink alcohol, but you pressured yourself into taking it. It's not even your friends. You're the one who's pressuring yourself because of your peers. So you want to do what they're doing. Peer pressure from you. So some people also take that. The smoke as a result of peer pressure. So for the guy who says, I smoke marijuana and it helps me become peaceful and loving whenever I smoke a joint, there are articles on marijuana, cannabis, and there's a word they use for it. There's a phrase for it, for this drug. It's called a drug of deception. Marijuana. Some people think it gives them inspiration even, but it doesn't. It's self-deception. So it makes you feel a certain way, gives you a false outlook. But it is deception. Because by the time you come down from where it has taken you to, whatever highest place it took you to, by the time you return, you will still meet life as you know it. And that's the truth. So why? Why do you smoke? And why do you think people smoke? Well, the human mind is like a farmland. Okay, you sent me 2 messages. All right, the first part says, good afternoon. On the issue of smoking as part of life for some persons, I see it as lack of proper orientation or leadership effect on the people, especially their role in banning these products. If I may ask, do these products have any economic value in our nation today? If yes, then I don't think there is any need for the government to stop people from taking in such products. But if there is not, then I think the government may have a hand in the exporting or production of Joe from Rumo Lumeni. Joe. Well, the human mind is like a farmland where seeds are planted, then germinates into a big tree. But when this mind is left unattended to, it may be filled with weeds. That's why it's the responsibility of the government, leaders, and those in higher positions to pass the right information and as well follow it up with actions by scrapping off things that tempt people to bad habits. Let the government put a ban on these products, as I earlier stated. Thanks, Joe. Joe, do you know that some people actually smoke cow dung, lizard dung? So they should ban lizards from the country. Ban cows, ban goats for those who prefer goat's dung. Ban pit toilets. Some people go there to get high. Ban papers, because some people are going to roll up ordinary paper and smoke it. So ensure we don't have paper in the country. Ban. It's not going to help anything. All right? So we're not talking about who is responsible. We're talking about why. But then for you think that that's how people are going to stop. But I don't think so. Another person says weed sets him on high tone, gives him morale to face difficult challenges of life. Can you give me an example of a difficult challenge that it has given you morale to face? Remember, it's a drug of deception. It makes you feel a certain way. It deceives you into thinking that this is what you are gaining from it. But that's not a gain. Good afternoon, Constance. While I was in school, I had friends who smoked. Because of the course we studied, engineering, they would smoke weed and go read. It helped them in making them have retentive memory. Believe you me, when they came out with very good grades and doing well in what they're doing today, from Prince Will. I also believe that without the weed, they could have read their books and still passed. That's just it. That is it. 070-0923-0923 070-0923. Constance, good afternoon. The causes of going into illicit substance is compounded, which might be hereditary, environmental influence, peer pressure, and underlying emotional or mental illnesses, which the individual uses such substance as a coping agent, which is at last compounding such illness due to negative effects of the said substance. Thereafter, cigarettes contains tobacco substance called nicotine, which is responsible for immediate feeling of pleasure, which does not last. Hence, the reward system dopamine in the brain, which is the ventral tegmental area, consisting of a nuclear accumbens. Jehovah. I'm going to stop here because you stopped speaking English at some point. Comrade Dom Wokike was speaking English on the show. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good day.
You're welcome on board. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Anderson Samuel.
All right. Please go on.
I listened to what you just said concerning smoking. I emulated smoking from my dad.
Oh, interesting.
My dad was a military man. And since then, when I saw my dad smoking, I thought maybe there's something in it. I started smoking. In fact, I was a chronic smoker. Wow. But I found out that the smoking wasn't doing me good. Rather, it's doing me more harm than good. My mom complained seriously that I should stop this smoking habit. I thought maybe my mom was saying out of, At the end of the day, I found out that the smoking wasn't doing me well. So, you know what happened?
What happened?
When my dad was very sick, when we took him to the hospital, they diagnosed my dad. We found out that my dad was sick at India hemp smoke. India hemp that he smoked. He was a chronic smoker. He was a military man. And when we got the results, I decided nobody asked me not to smoke. Do you know that I stopped smoking 6 months and I went back to smoking. I started smoking again.
What
I stopped
happened?
smoking 3 months. I started smoking again. I went back to smoking because of my friends, influence of friends, bad friends.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It wasn't funny. Smoking habit is not a good thing. Let nobody deceive anybody. Most of the widows we have, their husband died as a result of Indian smoking and cigarette smoking because of that nicotine. It's carbon monoxide. It's not nutritious. I am from Andoni. Nobody that doesn't know me in Andoni. They called me Boyaka in those days when we were in school. They called me so many names.
Oh, wow.
But there is nothing good comes out of smoking. And today, I think even my parents, my sisters, they went to church and give thanks. They gave testimony that thank God that I quitted smoking. So nobody deceive anybody. There is nothing good out of nothing.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Right.
So he decided by himself, I'm not smoking again. If my father could be this sick and smoking Indian hemp was the problem, so I quit. But then friends. Hello. All right, you might want to call back if you can. This person says, I believe everything we take in are poisonous. Even our foods contain tonic and What are you saying? What are you saying? So I'm going to finish your message anyway. You say our foods contain tonic and our water cholera. I do weed. It makes me preach love, feel strengthened and peacemaking. I don't do nicotine. Interesting stuff. So what makes you think that foods contain... Why am I asking that question? Yeah. I wasn't supposed to ask that question, right? Okay. Please, our food and water do not contain those things you mentioned. If water that we drink contained cholera, trust me, it's going to be a public health concern because we will be hearing of deaths here and there as a result of cholera. And it will be a bad thing. So the water that we drink does not contain cholera. All right? Thank you very much. Remember, drug of deception. Okay. This one is laughing at pressuring yourself. I can relate. I used to drink, not a lot, but I'm a lightweight. I've been known to get bladdered on half a glass of white wine. And B, I don't even like the taste of alcohol. Nobody pressured me into drinking. I'm the one that pressured myself. And the same way I started suddenly is how I stopped without struggling or anyone talking to me about it. I can be at an event or a club with everyone around me drinking alcohol and I won't touch a drop or feel tempted. Anonymous. All right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to leave you with this story. Oh, do I have any messages on Facebook and Twitter before I share the story and run off? I'm not taking any more calls. Thank you very much. So don't keep the calls coming. All right, so I'm seeing a message here on Facebook. Honorable Obara, or is it Hon Obara? You say some people do smoke because they think it makes them always feel better, even when they are going through emotional trauma. But some smoke for morale's sake. Okay. I thought your Honda says, for me, I don't see any benefits, okay, I've seen this message before. Thank you very much. All right, so here's the story my mother shared with me and my siblings, right? So she said that one of the days when she was pregnant with one of us, I don't know which one, but she went to the hospital to see her doctor. And when she got there, she said this doctor, a young doctor, he was always smoking cigarette. And then on that particular day, she was in his office. She sat down there and for whatever reason, the doctor had to leave the office. So he stood up and left the office, excused himself, right? And then while she sat there, she stood up and she noticed his drawer was open and a pack of cigarettes was there. So she took it, put it in her bag. And as she placed it in her bag, she saw groundnuts that she had peeled and was going to go give my dad at his workplace. And she just thought, oh, okay, let's just replace the cigarettes. And then she put the groundnuts in there. Ladies and gentlemen, this doctor, I've known him since I was a child. The man is now addicted to groundnuts. It sounds like a joke, but it is the truth. In fact, years later, he told my mother that you don't know what you did to me. When I came back and saw that groundnut, I felt bad. I felt ashamed of myself. I felt like I'm supposed to know better. How can this woman be the one? Like groundnuts, do you know the nutritional benefits of groundnuts?
Welcome back to the show. This is Nigeria Info.
And he goes, you saved my parents. They have spoken to me. They have done nothing was working. But you see that particular day you dropped the groundnuts in my drawer? That was the end of smoking for me. Till today, anytime you go to the man's office, he has groundnuts. He must eat groundnuts. So, first of all, it's your will. You are the one who chose. Whether pressure from the devil himself, you decided to allow that pressure. All right? So whether you're telling yourself that smoking helps you to relax, you are the one who's telling yourself that it is helping you to relax. But I must also let you know that the health implications, the downside, the disadvantages of smoking far outweighs whatever good you might think you're getting. Not to go ahead, regardless of how much anybody's going to preach, whatever form of therapy, it has to be you, your choice. First of all, if you choose to believe that this thing I'm smoking is not taking me high and helping me, then you're going to stop it. Really, you will. You have the willpower, you have the ability, you have the strength, you have the authority. It is in you. So you have to choose, and you have to decide, and you have to take that step. And on this note, I say thank you so much for being a part of the conversation so far on mind, body, and soul. And also thank you for being a part of the sunny side today. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station. 92.3 Nigeria Info PH on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH on Twitter, and Nigeria Info FM _PH on Instagram. Find us, follow our conversations right there. We have the news, Rivers Today, and of course, we also have Hard Facts with Dayo afterwards. Constance Mega on Twitter and Constance Mega on Instagram and LinkedIn. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day.